solar-powered ventilation to help cool you. Available on the third generation Prius.
Toyota's mission is to become the most respected and admired car company in America. The mission is not to become the #1 automobile manufacturer in America. It's not to become the top selling automobile manufacturer in America. It's to become the most respected and admired.
In the early 90s, Toyota developed what we called the G21 vision. The goal of the G21 plan was to bring a vehicle to market that represented a great value, had great environmental benefits, not just in Japan, but globally. The G21 vision then evolved into the Prius concept and then was launched, as the Prius in Japan in 1997, before here in the U.S. in the year 2000. We had a very modest sales plan of about 12,000 units. And frankly, we weren't sure how successful Prius would be. Many folks were very apprehensive about this new technology. A lot of journalists called it a science experiment. It didn't have great performance. The journalists were very skeptical here in the United States. And then we followed that up in the fall of 2003 with the 2004 Prius. It was faster, it was a little bit bigger, it was a more substantial car. In 2010, we launched the third generation Prius. It's much quicker, it's longer, it's wider, and it's really evolved into be accepted by mainstream America, and it continues to be a great value in the total package of great MPG and great performance. Prius is cleaner than 70% of the vehicles out there in the market today. We want to do everything we can to have sustainable practices to reduce our environmental impact worldwide. The mindset of the consumer in the United States has changed dramatically. For example, our Prius buyers are much more mainstream than they were when we launched. They understand the value of Prius, and we're seeing a much younger profile of our buyers today. And they see hybrids like the Prius as not only great value, but also great for the environment.
It gives you a 50 mile per gallon rating. The third generation Prius. It's harmony between man, nature, and machine.
When Toyota talks about sustainable mobility, we look at all aspects of the vehicle life cycle from cradle to cradle. How the vehicle is manufactured, how the vehicle is used, how the vehicle will be disposed of at end of life, and how we can use those components to create new vehicles. Then, not only the vehicles, but what's the energy that's going to be required to power that product? So if we're talking about a plug-in vehicle for the future, where will that electricity come from? Will it be from solar or wind power, or will it be from coal-fired plants? All of these things we need to look at when we look at the total impact of that vehicle.
As part of our strategic marketing plan, we have always built in a partnership strategy because it was important for building awareness and consideration. In building awareness, we used partnerships with the American Lung Association, with the Electric Drive Transportation Association, Environmental Media Association, and the national parks to help touch many more millions of people than we ever could have done with a traditional advertising campaign. Those parks that we've been greatly involved in have been the Santa Monica National Recreation Area, the Golden Gate Bridge and the Golden Gate Foundation, Yellowstone National Park and its foundation, Grand Canyon, Great Smokies, and the Everglades. Toyota's partnership with Yellowstone evolved over a series of years. In 2004, we donated some of the first Priuses of the second generation. We've continued to evolve our relationship. We donated a Camry hybrid. In fact, one of the first Camry hybrids off the line in Kentucky was donated to Yellowstone, a Highlander hybrid. In honor of our 50th anniversary, Toyota donated $5 million and 25 vehicles to 5 national parks to focus specifically on environmental education programs. We have the opportunity to touch millions of people, more people than you would touch between advertising in baseball, basketball, football, and soccer combined. We use a number of marketing research firms that have developed different measurements to measure social responsibility, the environment, awareness of Toyota and its commitment to the environment, as well as the cars themselves. We used the AFI barometer, Green Gauge, several other internal research methods so that we could measure awareness of the brand, linkage with the brand strategy, and the awareness and understanding of the product benefits.
The Toyota Way basically has 2 pillars, and that's respect for people and Kaizen, which is the Japanese word for continuous improvement. Those 2 pillars are actually integrated into everything that we do on a daily basis. And a large part of that is consensus gathering. We do a lot of upfront planning, and then when we move forward or introduce, everyone's on board. It's just really a unique corporate environment.
The world gets fewer smog-forming emissions. The 3rd generation Prius. It's harmony between man, nature, and machine.